Last episode was a big one. Alright, it was a big one. We learned a lot. We got up to the I don't think it's the gift plane, actually. I think it is even care, but it's kind of like a new maker plane version of even care. So like there's a version of even care tied to the gift plane and a version of even care tied to the new maker plane. Have I explained this well enough yet? Anyway, we're gonna react to Petscop 10. Some lingering threads we have from Petscop 10 are those 2 questions from last time. You know, what month is it? What year is it? We're gonna ask Tool that, I hope. I mean, we probably are, judging by what the thumbnail of this upcoming episode is. And we also have a key, which we don't know what it's for, so we're gonna have to find that out. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a short one. Actually, it looks like the next 2 are gonna be short ones, because they're both about 29 minutes. And then it looks like it finally returns to normal. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so this one's 4 minutes, 46 seconds. Any description? Nope, as per usual. But hey, I gotta check, because, like, you never know. They could just randomly put something there, and then I don't check, and then I'm like, oh snap, I missed some stuff. So seeing as this is gonna be a short one, we might do another theory crafting session after this. I know it hasn't been too long since we did that, but I've been thinking about the previous episode that we just watched. I've been thinking about it so much, so I definitely need to, vent my thoughts about it, because there's a lot that I want to talk about. Anyway, let's get on with the reaction. So it looks like we're starting off back in... Oh, my screen lagged. Okay, so what are we doing here exactly? Why... We're gonna do something with these cages? What are we doing with the cages? We closed it. Wait, why are the switches inverted now? Okay, we open the cage again. I don't know what the purpose of this is. Okay, we have opened that cage now. So maybe Paul is like trying to solve the puzzle that's connected to this room. Because we've established that things that happen in this version of Even Care connect to other things in the gift plane. You know, these symbols in the back that are just kind of scrolling back here. When we found the correct puzzle to go with whatever happens here, there'll be a block there telling us that we got it right. So I'm thinking Paul's just trying to solve whatever this is. I think that was the most poorly I've explained something so far. Y'all are just gonna have to bear with me for a moment. So do we just leave both the cages open? Where are we going? Alright, I guess we're going back out. I guess no, we're not! Why did that door close? That's bizarre. Who's closing the doors? As hilarious as that is kind of freaky how that just closed. I don't know what that was. Is it because you left the cages open? We're going back. No, we're not. I think the game just crashed again for Paul. Dang, dude. Oh, we're back on the title screen. Hey. Whoa! Okay, so Paul has 3 save files now. We got Paul, which is the regular one. Panics. Oh, is that just an error code? Possible corruption. And then also the backup has possible corruption as well. And then there's a test file, which is interesting. I wonder if the test is like the demo stuff or the backup is like the demo stuff. I'll talk about the demo stuff later, but it did seem like perhaps someone else was playing. Because the demo stuff didn't have this save file menu as well. It just jumped right in. Oh, okay, I guess he was just showing us that he had multiple saves now. Oh, there's that collectible again. I don't know, are we going back into the forest area? Oh, we're back here. Okay, so I guess this is just kind of how Paul has to get to the, that version of Even Care, you know? Okay, we're back here, the door's open now. Okay, and both the cages are open still. Have we solved the puzzle in this room then? I'm not entirely sure. Wait, what did he say?
There you go.
He just said, there you go. So yeah, maybe we did. Maybe we solved it. We're back down here now.
Oh my god.
Wait, why are you saying... I know why he's saying that now. Guys, we're on this side! We're on the regular side of the quitter's room. This is insane. So yeah, we solved the puzzle that was relating to this room by opening both the cages. And you know what? Just before we continue here, I want to compare this symbol to the cage room. I'm going to just go back to Petscop 1. Just because I want to see...
I cannot open this.
Shut up. Okay, wait. Let me get a farther back one. Okay, so it's kind of looks like that. Yep. That was the puzzle. That was the puzzle that related to this room. I am so excited for this. So now when we check that note in the back there too, it'll be the right way around. And now Tiara's on the opposite side. That is interesting. Do you remember being born? It's normal now, guys. Alright, so what now? Okay, so I guess that's just how the blocks work. You run into them and then the blocks are like, nope, no more, that's it. Oh, we're here now. So are we finally gonna ask those questions? Okay, yeah, here we are. We're gonna ask, what month is it and what year is it, right? Yes, sir. Alright. Yeah, those are interesting questions that we got from putting care in the thing. So what's the answer gonna be? What the freak? Is that like a calendar? I mean, yeah, that would tell me what month it is. That's kind of not what I was expecting, though. So maybe there's like a calendar somewhere elsewhere in this game and we just haven't found it yet? That's a possibility. So now we're gonna ask the other question, which is what year is it? Okay, what year is it? What's the answer gonna be? Still a calendar. Okay. I'm assuming then we just have to find the calendar it's talking about, and then we'll finally get our answers to these questions. I didn't expect that. I thought it gave, like, actual word answers. I didn't know it could just summon a calendar from the ceiling. Okay, wait. We're asking another question? What question are we asking now? Where was what? Where was the... Is he asking where was the windmill? Would that even fit? Oh, just barely. Oh, it's censored. Wait, this is one of the censored objects then. Why? What is it showing here? I thought the next censored thing would be an object in the black house. Or maybe that's what it showed. I'm not entirely sure. And I think, yeah, that's it. Huh, interesting. That kind of... I'm not sure what to say about that. But we do know that we need to find a calendar, I guess. And we can officially confirm now that my theory is correct, where we have to solve a puzzle in even care, and then the symbol will connect to a symbol block in the new maker plane, and so whatever puzzle we do in even care will connect to whatever we unlock. So my question is, how does unlocking the other side of the quitter's room, like, what does that do for us? Because it didn't really seem to do much. We just got there, and now everything's facing the right way. What I can say is that this was really short, which means more theory crafting. So episode 9 gave us a lot. I want to talk about the demo first and foremost. The demo stuff. The demo... I'm going to take these off, actually. The demo stuff is very clearly not from Paul's save file, and judging by what I saw from Paul's save files here, it doesn't seem like it's any of those either. And I can confirm that the demo isn't like a Paul thing, because when the person playing is collecting collectibles, their collectible thing is reset down to 0, and also, when Paul finally gets there, all of the collectibles that this other person collected are missing, and the collectibles they didn't collect, Paul collects. So that's very interesting to note, which means that we are seeing someone else's footage here. The stuff with the Shadow Man, I think, is pretty obvious. The note is what I want to talk about next, because I really don't think that there's a definitive answer, and this... You know, I was kind of hoping that would relate back to the note and give us some kind of definitive answer, but I guess the answer had to be censored, so, you know, we can't really get that answer, unfortunately. As for the contents of the note themselves, I couldn't tell if they were symbolic or literal, and to be honest, I still can't tell. So I think what we're gonna have to do is, for now, we're gonna just have to take the note at face value, you know, kind of the eyebrows thing too, because her character, didn't have eyebrows. And Care doesn't have eyebrows either, so, you know, rebirthing her as Marvin and this sister's daughter, I think that's kind of more symbolic. But I think that's what Tool was for. Tool was for transferring maybe like her soul into Care. I don't know, or like some sort of genetic thing. But I don't know why Marvin would want to do that. And then furthermore, I don't know why Marvin would want Care in the machine in the school basement or whatever the flip is going on there. It's a very difficult note, and it explains a lot, and it also doesn't explain a lot. So I'm thinking we're just gonna have to wait and maybe hope to get more answers. Although, you know what? I just had an idea. What if the thing that Paul censored Because in that note, it said, I found that picture of you from 1997 where you're standing in front of the windmill. What if the thing that Paul censored was that picture? That's definitely an interesting theory. Look at me stuttering. Let me drink some water. The other thing in regards to the note I want to talk about is Rainer, because I had a different idea about what Rainer could be. So throughout this game, there's been a lot of criticism levied towards Marvin, and Rainer seems to be also very harshly criticizing Marvin. Matter of fact, accusing Marvin. And I think that Rainer might be the developer of Petscop. It's definitely possible because he's criticizing Marvin, and everywhere else in the game seems to criticize Marvin as well. So it would just make sense that Rainer is like kind of the detective developer character. It's just a theory. We don't have any confirmation on who Rainer is right now, but I just wanted to put that out there. Oh yeah! Actually, I need to do some clip comparisons. So there were two things that I wanted to talk about. Might as well, since I've already talked about the clone, might as well look at the clone sync up. So yeah, that's just to show you guys that the movements do sync up. And then also we're going to look at the comparison between the flower in episode 2 and the treadmill in episode 9. The movements in that, which I'll show you right now.
Wait.
So yeah, that proves that they are the same. And then there was also Care's description. There was that line, you had to lie, but it may not be a lie forever. I noticed that when it went to -1, it was like the light, like normal type of lighting. And then when we finally got back to Care, it was also the normal type of lighting. So I'm thinking, right? And I'm gonna have to explain this from a gameplay perspective because that just makes the most sense to me. So I think how the flower functionality works is whenever the lighting is red, the Care in the basement will be glitchy. And then whenever the lighting is normal, the Care will be not glitchy, aka collectible. But I'm thinking, right, you can only collect Care when the platform is lowered, which is why, Paul needed to lower the flower. But when you completely lower the flower, the lighting is red, which means you can't collect Care. So I'm thinking the lie in this case is -1. We're lying about what the lighting is, and so that's why we were able to collect Care, because the lighting was normal. It's -1, so the flower is down. In fact, the flower is less than down. So yeah, those are kind of like the two things. The platform has to be lowered and the lighting has to be the normal lighting. So that's just some kind of my idea of how the flower functions in regards to what we see on the treadmill. And then apart from that, like we got the questions of what month is it, what year is it, where was the windmill is an interesting question that I guess we won't know the answer to because it's censored. That is interesting though. If it's connected to the windmill, why would the censored thing be something on a wall in a black house? That doesn't make sense. Unless, and this is just speculation on my part, unless there are things that they didn't expect to censor, because it's kind of weird how Paul knew of certain things that he would have to censor, so maybe there's more things that Paul didn't know he'd have to censor or didn't know would be included in the game, and now he has to censor those as well. It's a very interesting theory. I can't confirm it. The only way I would be able to confirm it is if we ever get in the house, we see something on a wall that's censored, or if we end up in the school and we see something on a chalkboard that's censored. That'd be the only way to really confirm this theory. And I think that's basically all I wanted to talk about. Yeah, but anyway, that was interesting. I really liked that. Kind of expanding upon the block puzzle and then, answering those questions. And finally seeing the other side of the Quitter's Room, which, we've been speculating we would see since we got that image in the dark. I can pull it up now, that image in the dark. So it's very interesting. I'm really liking that. Oh, I just thought I'd pop in quickly to explain the cage puzzle we reacted to this episode, since, I explained the last one, so I'm like, explain this one too. What the freak? So, how I understand it is there are two cages in Amber's room, one on each side, the left and the right, and there are 2 entrances to the mirror room, again on the left and the right. I think the open cages correspond to the open entrances to the mirror room. So for instance, in episode 1 of Petscop, when Paul leaves Amber's room, he leaves the left cage closed and the right cage open, and in episode 2, when we find the mirror room, the left entrance is blocked off and the right entrance is open. And now that we've opened both cages, both entrances to the mirror room are now just free to walk right in. So that's how I understand that puzzle. Very simple in comparison to the other one, which was very lengthy. So anyway, I'm going to cut to the outro now. I'm going to end it here. So, hopefully you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!